Alright, it's late. I've had a long day, but I know if I don't get these videos spliced together and put up, I'll probably sit on it for another month, and I promise some people I'd get it up as soon as I could. Basically, for AR500, there's a whole bunch of different brands. This is the one and only that I recommend. It's Spartan armor. I looked into a bunch of them. They're the only ones that use certified Omega 500. They're the only ones that seem to know how to do their coating right. They're the only ones that seem to pass every test that's been thrown at it. I'm not going to name brand names. The short version is they all fail one way or the other, but there's one particular brand that failed miserably, then there's other ones that seem to fail the more extreme tests. Spartan armor is notorious. There's a video out where they've passed a 30-06 black tip that's way beyond what it's rated for. It was also passing green tip. Now, the reason why this test was done was there was another test using, they said AR500, I don't know if they meant the brand or generic AR500 material, but it miserably failed. Yeah, this is Arrow. They miserably failed the close range testing with both green tip and with M193. And the accusation was that AR500 in general just couldn't handle those sort of impacts, and my gut was that it was just crappy material, and this testing proved it. Spartan armor used to be the Target Man. Their stuff passes. It works. I would trust it. My gut was this was fine, and I proved myself right. So
Really?
cold.
Fire when ready.
You ready?
Go.
Feel good.
Go.
Ready?
Yep.
Go for the next one.
Go. Go ahead.
That was the last shot.
Rounds, bullets no win.
Alright, no bounce back, no spall. Let's see if I can get it on the film. This hit down here, it's less than an inch from the end. Box is good.
I'd feel comfortable wearing that stuff.
Alright, in order, these pretty much stringed from top down. This top one right here, that was the M885, the steel core green tip. At the bottom of the nose you see a tiny little pinhole. That was M193 55 green full metal jacket. Coming down you see a pair of holes. There's a smaller and a bigger. The bigger hole was a 62 grain open tip The smaller one was a 77 grain open tip. Then the last shot down here, this was the 545 7N6 surplus Russian. So if I can get that. Actually got the steel core sticking out on this one. So this one apparently had the hardest of the steel cores, and it stopped it cold. For back face deformation, I'm going to try to pan this kind of across the light so you can see it. It's very, very faint, extremely minimal. You can barely see it, but you can make out the one from the green tip, the M193, and then further down here it was one of the open tips left a mark. The 545 didn't leave any back face deformation that I can see. And then for the bottom, you can start to see where it has a little bit of stress cracking right here, but the cardboard didn't have any holes in it. It had a bit of lead dust that came out, but not enough to perforate the cardboard, which wouldn't even have made it through a carrier. And that was despite having an impact right there. Other impacts right there were also very close. So all around, had all these right in the middle, and it pushed. There's the where it's packed in right here. It's bubbled up, and then along here is where the lead has been deposited in a ring. So we had these 4 main shots all in this center area, and no failure of the spalling. Got a hit less than an inch away from the edge. This is solid as it gets, and these shots were from 5 yards away, so up close and dirty.